Hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode of Ninja Talk with the Bunny and Frog. Owen, tell fans what we're listening to today.
Today, we did an episode on our favorite things about the sport. So we're going to talk about like competing with the team, traveling, like the community, stuff like that.
No, we're really excited for this week's episode, but before we get into that, I would like to mention the East Finals event that's coming up this weekend. Owen, what do you want to say about that?
Yeah, that should be good. We will be there doing some interviews after people's runs, talking to them about how they felt about their runs, how they're preparing, stuff like that.
For sure, and we will be there majority of the weekend. We will be competing Sunday morning, and then we will also be selling our Ninja Talk shirts if you guys would like to get them there. You can also pre-order by DMing Bunny Frog Ninja Talk, Dax13, or Frog Ninja Owen. That aside, we are going to get into it right after this short break.
You are listening to Ninja Talk with the Bunny and Frog. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. New episodes every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Alright, so we're just going to get right into it, and we're just going to start things off with Owen.
Number 5.
So my fifth one, I have traveling and like seeing all the different gyms and different places. Like we went to North Carolina for Worlds and Edmonton with the Edmonton Mall. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. It's a good point. That makes a lot of sense. It's a good way to go about it. My number 5 was just the way that like the course changes and evolves. It's not gonna be like the same each time. In other sports, the rules stay the same. You typically stay in the same position. You do the same thing. But in Ninja, one course may have like a lot of tech obstacles, while the other one's just gonna be like a speed course. Like you gotta really just be aware, and you have to really work yourself to get all these different techniques down.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Number 4.
So my number 4 is like the challenge of it, and that it's really challenging sport, and the fact that the course does change like every time, and it's not going to be the same thing, and you have to be ready for whatever they're going to set.
For sure. You just gotta be prepared, like no matter what happens, like you just gotta trust that you know what you know, and you just gotta go out there and crush it. My number 4 is that there's all the different like course formats and all the different leagues that like really allow me to like have different opportunities and go to different places, and it's really forcing me to train in a whole lot of different ways, which just makes it all around more enjoyable because I'm getting all the different aspects of Ninja, and that really is helpful when I'm trying to evolve as a ninja and grow as a person, because I'm just getting all these different things thrown at me, and I've got to just learn how to adapt. Like if somebody invents a new obstacle, I'm going to see what I can do to train that. So, because I know that will show up in comp soon. So I think that is a very good part, and I really think it helps me become like a better person and more adaptive to certain things.
Yeah, for sure. With all the different types of courses, there's so many different like formats now.
Yeah.
And that different people compete in different things, and there tend to be like different courses depending on like if it's a challenge or a flow.
Yeah.
Like challenges tend to be a lot more hard skill based, and flow tends to be like more
you find
don't mess up.
Don't mess up. Like you got all these like some courses are gonna be harder. Like you got different like formats that are just gonna be more difficult. Like you got a course like a full course, which like if you fall, you can keep going. You still get points. People are the format of the course is gonna change based off what style of course it is, versus a flow course. It might be you start off with a couple easier things, and as you get deeper into the course, it's gonna get more difficult.
Yeah.
Number 3.
So my number 3 is the community of it. When we go to like the US and stuff, say everyone there is usually like really nice.
For sure.
Those people that are like talking to you about like the course, like just talking with you, and like even in hotels people recognize each other, It's just everyone's usually really nice.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, you can, in this sport, you're trying to, like, help your opponent in a way. Like, you'll coach them if they don't have a coach. You'll give them some tips. You'll be like, hey, what you doing on this one? This looks tricky. But, like, in other sports, you're not going to, like, go up to your opponent and say, hey, what's the game plan? You're just, like,
Yeah.
it's just this sport is a lot, like, different in that way. My number 3 is that you not only have to be physically strong, like your grip strength has to be good, you have to have good endurance and conditioning, but ninja also forces you to be mentally strong, which I find is really helpful in my day-to-day life. Like, I used to struggle with like controlling my emotions if I did not go very well in the course. Like, I would get really upset and disappointed, and over time I have grown and learned how to deal with this better, and this has really helped me in life if things don't go the right way.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's no, in ninja especially, like, there's not gonna be all the time that you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
Small things, like, happen all the time. Like, when you, like, touch a truss or top, like, a something.
It's really helped me, like, open my eyes to, like, that failing and messing up is okay, and that, like, there's different ways we can interpret it, and that if you interpret it the right way, it can honestly be seen as a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 2.
My number 2 is training with our team. And, like, everyone on the team, like, we'll sometimes see each other and we'll start making challenges for each other and stuff.
That's the best, yeah.
And then you'll say you'll want to go, and then someone will come up with another challenge, and you'll end up staying for, like, another hour.
Yeah, I know. Like, my parents come in after training and they're like, Dex, we gotta go. It's like 9:30, and I'm like, but Owen just came up with this challenge. I want to do it. Can I try it like 5 times? And then it goes to like 10, 20, 30, till we're there till like 11. Just goofing around, having fun.
Mm-hmm. And also traveling in, like, hotels and stuff.
Yeah, just like eating Teddy Grahams.
Yeah,
Just
Tanner's Teddy Grahams.
Tanner's Teddy Grahams. And just like having fun. Like, we play board games. We just have a blast.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 is just how much thrill and excitement that you get when you hit a buzzer on a course, especially at big comps like Worlds and Nationals. Like, it just feels really good, and just to hear everybody like cheering you on, and just like, I know that I did what I set out to do, and I just get so happy. Like, my favorite one would be like this past year at Worlds when I cleared stage 1, and it was just like the best feeling. I was just so thrilled, and to just like look at Coach Matt's face and be like, yeah. And like, I was just so happy, and like just the thrill was so great. Even like your opponents will come up and say, hey, good run, Dax, that was awesome. And then like, and just the amount of thrill that I feel. Like, I remember at Nationals this past year, when I hit the buzzer on like the final stage of Nationals, I was so happy. I remember just my team, like everybody on the team was like just standing on the sidelines, and then when I like got off the course, actually I didn't even get off the course, and like I'm pretty sure Josiah was like on top of me giving me a hug, and I'm like, yep, this is a moment I'm gonna like cherish forever. And it was just the coolest. Like, we all fell over like next to the camera.
Yeah, we did almost knock over a bunch of cameras.
Yeah. that was the best. Oh
yeah, my favorite buzzer is probably stage 1 at Worlds.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Number 1.
Now, my number 1 favorite thing about Ninja is just competing. Competing, like, the thrill of it, and just, like, hitting the buzzer, that's just, like, one of the best feelings. And competing, like, with my team, too, is really fun. And also competing against each other.
And
no one on our team wants to lose to it.
Nobody wants to lose, but yet, if you lose to your teammate, it's almost like just the feeling that, like, we all won. In a way, like, if I lose to Owen in a competition, like, he comes first, I come second, I'm not going to be too mad at that.
Even in class, were you there that one day when we had to do a push-up circle at the end?
Yeah.
And then after that, we all just kind of after class, we just kept doing push-ups.
Yeah, we just did push-ups. Why not?
See who went the longest.
We were so gassed, and then we just decided to do push-ups for some reason.
So you could go the longest.
Yeah. This leads into my number one point, which is how awesome the team and community is. When we're with the team, go into the hotels, and I just have an absolute blast hanging out with them. The pool, the board games, just even seeing them in the breakfast area in the morning. It's like one of my favorite things. Like, I know that like they'll always have my back, like even if it's somebody I'm like competing against, like Owen in a competition, and then like if something doesn't go the right way, they'll always like try to lift my spirits up, and just having that camaraderie in a team is like really, really good, and I really appreciate that. So I believe that it's time for the joke of the week.
What do you call a can opener that doesn't work?
A can opener that doesn't work? I don't know.
A can't opener.
What? I love that. That I give that like a 7 out of 10. It's
Personally,
better
I
than
think
like
that's one of the better
a
ones.
3 out of 10 last week with the bell joke about the cow. Y'all should go listen to that. It was a great episode. Well, I guess that ends this week's episode. We really hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. This is definitely one of my favorites to do. Like, it really just helped me like realize how many positives there are to this sport, and like just how great it really is.
Yeah, for sure. And also with East Finals be tomorrow.
Yeah, it would be tomorrow. Start tomorrow. We'll be there. We'll be sponsoring the event. We'll be interviewing some athletes about their runs and how they're feeling. And we'll also be selling some Ninja Talk shirts for $30. So make sure you get yours before they sell out. We're running low, so get yours while they're still available. All right. Well, see you guys at East Finals, or see you guys next week on this podcast.